Hello everyone, this is a short update on Bitcoin price movement. So as we just noticed in last couple of hours, we are seeing a big move actually in last 3 hours or so. And Bitcoin is making some huge green candles and we wanted to have a quick look at the chart where we are and how it looking like. Now, this two candles, which are actually taking us all the way up from 7400 to it had gone all the way to 7700. This is happening on a very thin volume if you compare as compared to some previous volume moves. So that is something which we are looking at in terms of whether there is a very limited selling interest anymore. It was in oversold territory for some time, and now I think the good thing is that it's kind of did not make another lower low, so it's making a higher lows as we go along, and that is also this is very short term chart, by the way. This is hourly chart, but it does cover most of the move of last month or so, and that's why I wanted to make sure that we look at it before we jump to the daily chart. Now, so yes, it's a big move, but we want to understand whether it is going to make a meaningful move above the resistance areas. So this is something which I have not updated for quite a few days. My resistance and breakout areas are still the same. We are still not able to break 7750 area. We did briefly go above that. Actually, if you look closely, both of these candles have a high in 7780 and 7770. So which is like $20 away from what I had noted quite a few days back if you're following the Bitcoin price analysis video. So it is not able to cross this convincingly. As I said, I have said it many times, Bitcoin price varies across exchanges by up to $50 to $100. So this $20 mismatch between the top here is not relevant. So 7750 is still our resistance area, but this today's move is pretty big in terms of price, but the volumes are not really matching. So I would say it's mostly a big bounce from oversold territory. I'm still looking for us to clear these two critical resistance zones, 7750 and 8000, before we can make a run towards 9000 area. And as I have mentioned many times before, every time we touch this 200-day moving average and we go down, this 200-day moving average becomes bigger and bigger resistance. The good news is that it's still going up, and we have a long way now before we even hit this the biggest resistance which we are going to face. So in short term, let us see how this move pans out. I think a lot of people are excited today, and we made some quick BitMEX trade, some future trades, and I'm actually pretty happy that this move panned out, because I was long around this area because it was a very good accumulation area. In a few times we have seen that prices bounced from this area, and on an hourly chart, if you see, it's very important. This is like a same 200-day interval average line. So on an hourly chart, you can call it a 200-hour average, and it's very important we stay above this, because that on hourly charts, many times I have seen that in short term it's becomes very critical. So if you go out on hourly chart pattern, we have really hit pretty much of a negative zone ever since we have come down below this 200-day hourly chart. And now we have tried to break out a couple of times, but this time I think we are much more confident that we can stay above, because it has gone below it a few times and come back, which is a much better situation than where we were trading all the way lower. So I think in general it's a potential move. We are still not out of the woods. I would say we need to wait before we go really extremely bullish. I would personally like to see up to $8,000 crossed in next couple of days, and then I think there are a lot of resistances still ahead of us. 8,500 area, which was our 8,600 or so, also will can act as a resistance. I will update these levels now that we have clearly like not really following this downtrend anymore. So if you see my trend line here, we have kind of broken out and come back below it a few times. So this trend line is kind of rejected. So I will delete this and try to find another set of trend here, because right now we are in middle of nowhere. We are not taking support at our medium to long term trend line, while we are still long way away from the trend line which is setting us down. since to $20,000 mark we set in December. So again, so let us always look at daily chart and a bigger picture before we jump into conclusions. So I got a lot of messages saying, "Oh, are we making a new high again?" And this big move is being really followed by a community. People are always bullish because they have been waiting for Bitcoin to go up. But I would say let us be patient. Always plan for both sides. So this is a huge bounce on a low volume. We don't expect this to last. It should at least dip down a bit and accumulate more volumes before it can really go and take out these major resistance levels. Again, thanks for joining. Please subscribe to our channel. We do have a live show in today evening Pacific time, so please join us at 4 p.m. and we will talk about EOS as well as general market conditions. Thank you. Bye bye.